What? What's going on? It's yours truly, just said. They call me Mr. TALIAFERRO'S. How's everybody doing out there? Another edition of my series entitled What? Let me hit my drop. What? When you hear that word what being dropped on you, what? It usually means there is an interesting, entertaining type story in the atmosphere, but I don't get it 100%. Some of the details leave me baffled that someone could put certain things out in the atmosphere, do certain things. So we entitled this series What? To kind of just have some fun with it. It ain't gotta be celebrity-based stories, but stories that just don't make a lot of sense to us. And we're on like episode 3 or 4 of this series. I'm thankful for the love that I've been getting thus far. We center our attention around an American tragedy story that happened at the top of this week as we lost the late great Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was killed. I want to say this again. Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gigi and 7 other people, including the pilot of this helicopter, were killed in a crash heard around the world. You will never forget where you were on that Sunday when you found out that Kobe Bryant was no longer with us. I have cried over losing my favorite athlete of all time, to the point I don't think I have any tears left. As I scroll up and down my social media and I see so many memories of my favorite athlete of all time, a guy that I have loved since I was 5 years old, I no longer have any tears left to shed. That's how I'm feeling right now. I no longer have any tears left to shed because I've cried so much over losing somebody that's been so influential in my life. Now, as we transition, we'll get back to Kobe in a second. I want to go over to another Los Angeles, or California great rather. We lost Nipsey Hussle last year. 2019 got kicked off as we lost Nipsey at the end of March, top of April, and now we kick off 2020 losing Kobe. We've lost 2 California staples in less than a year's time, and people are hurting all around this world because we lost not only, and I don't want to compare Nipsey and Kobe, but let's just do it like this. We lost people who spoke in very positive, optimistic lights, not only about themselves and their families, but about our people. And we need more of that. So I want to go backwards a little bit to Nipsey Hussle and his death. Now, as we lost Nipsey Hussle, what I hated more than anything was we saw on social media this outcry of people saying Nipsey Hussle was not killed by someone he knew. He was not killed by someone that was close to him. He was killed by it was government setup. It was because Nipsey Hussle had plans on airing this Dr. Sebi documentary that we all know will be super important. I just interviewed Dr. Sebi's daughter a few months ago. That documentary is very important for our people. Let's be clear. Nipsey Hussle was not killed over a Dr. Sebi documentary. Nipsey Hussle was killed because of somebody was hating on him. All right, somebody was mad at something Nipsey said, and they came back and gunned down Nipsey Hussle. One of our own killed Nipsey Hussle. Now, I don't want to put this on Dr. Umar Johnson, but I got very upset with all the speculation as this man was mourning the death, or excuse me, this family was mourning the death of a prestigious man, the breadwinner of their family, Nipsey Hussle. You had all these people, all these black activists putting it out in the atmosphere that it was a setup. The government set Nipsey up. They were watching Nipsey. They killed Nipsey. They sent a man in there to kill Nipsey Hussle. Because of the Dr. Sebi documentary, I got extremely pissed off because a family was mourning and a lot of people were spearing out BS. Or I won't even call it BS. They were spearing out information that you didn't know was correct or not. You was just putting something out there and it turned out to be very inaccurate, and could have been hurtful to that family. Could have been very hurtful to that family. Now, I'm not blaming Dr. Umar Johnson, a guy that I have a lot of respect for, an immense amount of respect for, because Dr. Umar Johnson was not one of the people going out the deep end saying Nipsey Hussle was killed due to a conspiracy theory or a government setup type ordeal. Actually, Dr. Umar Johnson was one of the people who I thought was keeping it real, being genuine, and being educated. Dr. Umar Johnson is a very intelligent black man who I think is very, very needed for our community. Every time I listen to the brother speak, watch an interview of him, he challenges me to be a better thinker. That's the respect I got for Dr. Umar Johnson. Never met the man. I've met David Banner, and he reminds me of Dr. Umar Johnson a lot, just the way they challenge me to be a better thinker. But I have never met Dr. Umar Johnson. I got love for that brother. So when Nipsey passed away, I love what Dr. Umar Johnson said. He did not rush to think it was a government conspiracy theory. He came a couple days later and gave us this knowledge on what really happened to Nipsey.
Okay? I'm not going to deal with the snitching, because that's not it. That's not it. I don't believe he murdered him because he told him to stay away because he was a snitch. If, in fact, that were true. That's not why he lost his life. That's not why he lost his life. Okay? He lost his life because that brother, I feel, that brother believed that Nipsey Hussle owed him something. That's why he lost his life. See, being in this conscious work, you meet people all the time. I've met people over the past 20 years, and especially over the past 10 years, who think you owe them something because they were around when God put his hands on you. You have people who think that you owe them because they were in the room when God decided to bless you with divine grace. Those people didn't earn your degrees. Those people didn't give you your oratorical skill. Those people didn't bring you into this world. Those people didn't give Nipsey Hussle the intelligence that brother has to work for his community. They probably never helped him with a single business, but because they were there, they feel obligated. They feel that you are obligated to do something for them.
So when you hear stories like that, it makes you think, wow, Dr. Umar Johnson is just a very intelligent guy. And you want to ride with him. You want to support him. I know he needs money to fund some of the ventures that he's going on, some of the experiences that he's having to, at the end of the day, help our people. He's trying to give the game and the knowledge to help our people. And I love that, right? So you want to support them any way possible. But let me put this out in the atmosphere. I feel like some of these black activists, the Tariq Nasheeds of the world, the Dr. Umar Johns of the world, I feel like for shock value, sometimes they go off the deep end to make a point, to get some clicks. Just as we call that little kid that sits on his phone all day and tries to get celebrities to respond to him on social media by hopping in their comment section, sending them mean tweets about their family. I think a lot of people in the activism world do things for clickbait, maybe even more. And what throws me off with intelligent brothers like Dr. Umar Johnson is when they say outrageous stuff that leaves me confused about just exactly where they're trying to take our people. I'll get to that more shortly. But as Kobe Bryant left us, I want to read to you guys and then play a video of what Dr. Umar Johnson believes happened to Kobe Bryant. And to me, it's ridiculous. To me, again, I'll get to what I think about it shortly. Let's read what Dr. Umar Johnson had to say on Kobe's death. He said, "Are they really suggesting that the fog killed brother Kobe and company? Planes and helicopters been flying through fog for decades. Not to mention, there's radars on most aircrafts, and they were familiar with the route of travel. If this gets blamed on fog, then it was definitely murder." And I want to play to you guys a clip of Dr. Umar Johnson further explaining what he believes happened to the late, great Kobe Bryant.
They did not crash because of the fog. That was an expert pilot. That was an expert pilot. Kobe was sabotaged. Not to mention, Kobe Bryant was engaged in a legal battle with a big pharmaceutical company over the use of the name Black Mamba. Kobe Bryant was engaged in a legal battle with a very powerful pharmaceutical company over the use of the name Black Mamba. Kobe Bryant was engaged in a legal battle with a pharmaceutical company over the use of the name Black Mamba. You understand me? Radar can see through the fog. Thank you, sister. Radar can see through the fog. They didn't crash because of no damn fog, and it wasn't no wind. The propeller was sabotaged.
What? And this is not a regular what, all right? I want to put this in a special category because At the end of the day, I'm not challenging the intelligence of Dr. Umar Johnson. That's not what I want to do here. I am one of the people who listen to more intelligent men. When I have no problem humbling myself, a lot of times I am one of the smarter people in rooms that I am. But a lot of times I'm one of the dumbest person in the room as well. And I don't mind taking a step back and letting a more intelligent, more informed man speak, a woman or man. I don't mind sitting back and letting a more intelligent person in the room speak. A lot of times my girlfriend is a lot more intelligent than I am on certain subjects. You know what I do? I go back and forth with her for a little bit, then I shut the hell up. Then I shut my ass up because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. My girlfriend has a cousin that loves to debate me about politics. I'm not the most politically sound. Face value, I could talk to just a random person about politics for a second, but when we go deep into politics, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So I shut my ass up and let the more intelligent person in the room speak. Now with sports and music, usually I'm one of the more intelligent people in the room, so I talk my talk, right? But when other things come up, I shut my ass up because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So I have no problem. I don't mind at all when a guy like Dr. Umar Johnson starts talking. I don't mind shutting up. Let's be clear about that. But I won't shut up in this regard. I don't like when people do what Dr. Umar Johnson is doing right now. So there is black people. We're so dope, and we come in so many different forms of fashions. There is a very manipulable group of black audience that lives on social media, right? As my phone rings, there is a very a big group of black people that can be manipulated on social media. And why do I bring that up, right? I bring that up to say there is a group of people that with the right wordings, with the right education, you can easily shape their opinion with a couple of big words, with the right titles like doctor, and it really can hurt our people. When certain people get to talking, it really can hurt our people because certain people know they have an impact on our people, and they know with just the certain verbiage, you can really shape their opinion. I am not one of those people. I think for myself. I'm not knocking anybody who can be easily manipulated, but I speak and think for self. Every time something comes up, I form my own opinion. I listen to both sides of the story, and I don't care if it's a race issue, a discrimination issue. I'm going to form my own opinion no matter what. And I feel like there's a certain group of activists that take advantage of a very easy demographic of black people. Every time one of these situations comes up, they always got the government conspiracy theory out there. They're the quickest to say, it was this, it was that, it was the government did this, it was did that. And let me be clear before we get up out of here. Do I believe there are things the government is doing to harm our people? Absolutely. And to a degree, when Dr. Umar talks about the pharmaceutical company and how they're making trillions of dollars off black people, absolutely that's happening. We do need to find out more organic and natural ways to heal ourselves in these remedies. We cannot think that everything can be solved with pills. I'm talking about heart diseases. I'm talking about diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol being high, whatever it is. When you in pain, when you're on the lean, you popping the disease. We cannot deal with a lot of our problems in the physical and outer body problems dealing with the mental. We cannot do it with pills all the time. I want to be clear in that. He's right about that. But to do this right now as we're mourning the loss of a legend, come on, Dr. Umar Johnson. You better than that. That's a shock value comment, and you know why you're doing it. You're taking advantage of a very, very, very easy and vulnerable demographic. And for that, my brother, I got to give you the what? I do not believe Kobe Bryant was killed because of his involvement with a small up-and-coming pharmaceutical company that Dr. Umar believes set and killed Kobe Bryant and crashed that helicopter. I believe Kobe Bryant, being the competitor that he is, I believe he put a lot of pressure on his pilot. Y'all know I love Kobe, but I believe he put a lot of pressure on his pilot to make that journey to get to his daughter's game no matter what. And I believe that pilot made a very, very lethal and fatal decision to fly that helicopter as Los Angeles law enforcement officials. They wouldn't even get in the air. I believe that pilot made a very bad decision on a Sunday foggy day to get in the air and try to find a way around and go under a storm, actually, is what he tried to do. I believe he made a very fatal decision that caused not only himself, but 8 other people their lives, and one of them just so happens to be a very, very famous guy named Kobe Bryant. Dr. Umar Johnson, for that, sir, you getting the what button.
What?
Because I think you spilling out BS into the atmosphere for the sake of shock value.
I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids, they tuned in.
We locked in right now,
Mr. Taliaferro.
Mr. TALIAFERRO.
Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr. Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV.